Yeah, my first trip to Africa, which is interesting, was what was that? That was in 1978. Yeah, that was in 1978. I did a roots tour,
Yes.
and I went to Senegal and Gambia. And every morning in this one hotel, there was a new hotel that we were staying at called the Hotel Independence. So every morning there was this guy. This is a funny story. This guy, he had his bongos, right? And he would be downstairs. He was on the tour with us, and he'd be downstairs on these bongos, right? And so everybody was pretty much gathered around him now. Meanwhile, we're in Senegal, right? You got
Yes.
drums, you got, Tama, you have all this stuff. Like he's there. I guess he's trying to find people to play with him. So it went down. I said, "Oh, you play bongos? Fantastic. Where you from?" He said that he was from Boston area. I said, "Okay." I stayed there for only a week. I went to Goree, went to Gambia, stayed in Gambia. That was nice for a little while. And I was more interested in cloth.
Yes.
I wasn't really seeking out drummers. It was just like, okay, I want cloth. Then I find out, come back to United States, and living on Huron Ave, and we lived in a high rise, so I had the windows open, and I hear this, this drumming, and I'm going, oh, and I'm way up, we're like on the 20th floor or something like that. I'm going drumming, so I go down the elevator, go outside, and I could hear this drumming. And now on Huron Ave, we lived across the street from Fresh Pond, the reservoir. So I'm running through the woods. I'm, doing all this. And finally I come to where the person is drumming. And it's the guy that was playing in the Independence Hotel every morning. I said, oh, wow. I said, I just live right here. He's like, and you could hear me from there? I said,
That's
yeah.
right.
It carried and it called me. So that was interesting there. And I thought that was funny, because anything that I hear as a drummer, I could be, at the bus stop, and all of a sudden I'm hearing like all this drumming, and it's some truck just idling.
Yeah.
I'm going, oh, the drum in the truck I can hear it. And the other thing this was 2 years ago. No, actually it was in 2019. Yeah, it will be 2 years. And there was this Bamba group called Bamba Booyah. And I'm, one night I was hearing all this drumming, right? And my doors are closed, the air conditioner's going and everything. And I'm going, I didn't pay any attention. I figured maybe somebody was driving by, had their music on, and, I'm going, okay. So the next day it was quiet in the house. I had my doors open, and I'm hearing all this drumming. I'm like, oh man, this is getting deep. I mean, you can hear the bomba, I'm going, oh. So I said, let me get myself ready. I go downstairs, go out the back door, and I'm walking down the street, and then there they are, the bomba. And the people are playing bomba, and they're singing, and they do this bomba for revolution, to make things change, to make political statements. And so I'm going, wow. So when I got there was nobody dancing. So I said, oh, but the music was good. I said, look, I got to do something, right? Because people don't know, sometimes people don't know when there's nobody on the floor, they're dancing, and the music moves you, you get out there and do whatever you feel like.
Yes.
So afterwards, the sister says to me, she says, oh, you want to know something? She said, when we were playing, I could feel you coming. I felt the door open, and you walk right here, and then here you are. I said, okay. As soon as she said that, the mailman comes. He says, yes, and I heard you down the street too. And then another person, and then all these people started to gather, and then they started to talk about bomba, what it's for.